What's really at stake with this trial?
I'd like to leave that messaging to the campaign.
From the campaign trail to the courtroom, the road to the White House for RFK Jr. would have to pass through Albany. Is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. a New Yorker, or is he a Californian?
So it might not seem like a big deal, that question, but if a New York State Supreme Court justice decides Kennedy lives on the West Coast, this could seriously deflate his independent run for the White House. And this is all being decided right here in Albany. Dan Levy has the exclusive interview with Kennedy's attorney.
Good evening. If RFK Jr. is to make it all the way to Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., first, he needs a favorable ruling from this courthouse on Eagle Street in Albany, New York.
Bobby! 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 Bobby!
Many of the enthusiastic crowd members who rallied outside state Supreme Court were signatories to RFK's presidential petition filed with New York election officials. At the top of the petition, Kennedy's home address was listed as Westchester County, New York, which the candidate insists is his legal address. But a group of New York residents, including members of a Democratic super PAC, filed a lawsuit arguing Kennedy has been living in Los Angeles for the past decade with his wife, actress Cheryl Hines.
Nothing is done intentionally. He wasn't trying to trick or fool anybody. This is just, he was advised to use this address. He was told that this is the address he should use. So that's what he did.
If the court determines the petition is fraudulent, roughly 130,000 signatures could be invalidated, and that's what Kennedy supporters fear the most.
If you can get him off the ballot in New York, he'll be off the ballot in so many, it'll just have a snowball effect for other states.
For now, Kennedy supporters remain hopeful that their man could still pull off what would be a monumental political upset.
It's a spoiler if you can't win. So I think you have to redefine spoiler. He could win.
What's really at stake with this trial?
I'd like to leave that messaging to the campaign.
Kennedy's attorney, William Savino, also remains hopeful, rightfully pointing out it's the petitioners and not him who have the burden of proving by clear and convincing evidence that his client committed fraud. Are you encouraged by what took place in the courtroom today?
I think that we did as good a job as we could.
There could be a ruling as early as tomorrow. In Albany, with coverage you can trust, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.